China's constitution establishes the judicial system of the country. The people's courts are the organs responsible for exercising judicial power independently. These courts handle various dispute cases, including criminal, civil, administrative, maritime, and economic. They aim to punish criminals, settle disputes, and regulate economic relations. This structure of people's courts includes the Supreme People's Court, High People's Courts, Intermediate People's Courts. It also includes Basic People's Courts and Special Courts. 1. Supreme People's Court. The Supreme People's Court is the highest judicial organ in China and is the court of final appeal. The Supreme People's Court has also established circuit courts to accept and hear relevant cases in the provinces. Judges of the circuit courts are selected and appointed by the Supreme People's Court. Judgments, orders, or decisions of the circuit courts are final and equivalent to those of the Supreme People's Court. The main role of the Supreme People's Court is to act as a court of appeal. It handles cases commenced in High People's Courts at the provincial level or in special courts. Yet, Supreme People's Court also has the original jurisdiction in some civil, criminal, and administrative cases. For civil cases, the Supreme People's Court is the court of first instance for cases with a major national impact. It also handles cases that the Supreme People's Court deems it should hear. For criminal cases, the Supreme People's Court has original jurisdiction over major criminal cases that pertain to the whole nation. The Supreme People's Court also has original jurisdiction over grave and complicated administrative cases affecting the whole country. 2. High People's Courts. There are 3 levels of local courts. High People's Courts are the highest level local court at the provincial level. The provincial level corresponds to the hierarchy of Chinese administrative divisions. It includes provinces, the 4 directly governed municipalities, autonomous regions, and special administrative regions. 3. Intermediate People's Courts. The Intermediate People's Courts are the second lowest level courts and are established at prefecture level. These courts handle important local cases as the court of first instance. They also hear appeal cases from the Basic People's Courts. The Intermediate People's Courts have original jurisdiction over the civil cases involving a foreign element. They also handle cases that have a major impact on the area at a provincial level. Additionally, they take cases determined by the Supreme People's Court to be under the jurisdiction of the Intermediate People's Court. The Intermediate People's Courts have original jurisdiction over criminal cases endangering state security. They also handle cases involving terrorist activities. Additionally, they manage cases of crimes punishable by life imprisonment or the death penalty. The Intermediate People's Courts have original jurisdiction over administrative cases against departments under the State Council. They also oversee cases against governments at or above the county level. Additionally, they handle cases managed by customs. The courts deal with grave and complicated cases in the prefecture level areas. 4. Basic People's Courts. The Basic People's Courts are the lowest level courts in the court hierarchy. They are established at the county or district level. These courts have general original jurisdiction, unless otherwise provided by specific laws or regulations. 5. Special Courts. Apart from local courts of general jurisdiction mentioned above, special courts play a key role in the Chinese judicial system. There are several of these special courts. The military courts, the maritime courts, and the railway transportation courts are included. Additionally, the forestry courts and the intellectual property courts are also special courts. The military court is responsible for hearing criminal cases involving servicemen and servicewomen. Maritime courts have original jurisdiction over maritime tort disputes and maritime contract disputes. They also handle sea environmental protection cases and maritime administrative cases. Some special procedure cases are under their jurisdiction as well. The Railway Transportation Court is not considered a special court anymore. It has been merged into the ordinary court system. It functions as a division or branch of the corresponding intermediate people's courts or high people's courts. It retains its own name. The IP special courts exist as a parallel court system. This gives parties to IP disputes the choice of choosing the most favorable venue. They can resolve their dispute in that venue.